Mobile banking allows us to access all of our banking needs effectively and conveniently. And while our trusty banking apps may be a safe gateway for us, ensuring that we take all necessary precautions when using them is important. We have Sabric Head of Relationship Management, Susan Portrita, in the loft to explain how we can do all our mobile banking safely. Susan, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Why is mobile banking a target for criminals?
The reality is that it is a very, very popular platform. It's easy to use, it's always on you. And because of that, many people have migrated to using mobile banking platform. We find that criminals follow business trends, and it's just logical that the more we embrace digital platforms, the more criminals will also try and exploit those.
Yeah, and we're finding that a lot of people are saving their passwords on their phones. Is that putting them at greater risk?
Absolutely. You should never do that. Never, ever. A password is actually something that you must try and remember. Never write it down or save it anywhere. As soon as you do that, if the place where you saved it is compromised, that's it. You are at risk.
Which makes it a bit tougher because I think we all have like about 100 passwords swimming around in our heads, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
right.
And they all have to be different.
This is it, because if you reuse the same password for multiple platforms, once it's compromised, you know, all of those platforms, all your accounts are compromised, and criminals know that.
And they know
so
that.
They will. So if they get hold of your Google account password, they will try it on a whole range of products with the hope that, you know, that you might have reused it. So be very careful of that.
Very careful. So how else can people protect themselves when doing mobile banking?
Right. Good news. Good news is that the mobile app is really a safe, banking mechanism.
Okay.
The problem is keeping your logon details as secure as possible and as safe as possible. So there are different ways that criminals exploit or steal those. One is through social media. So never ever respond if somebody phones you and starts asking you for your login credentials.
Okay.
That's not on. A bank would never do that. So don't respond to such calls.
Okay.
Also make sure that your phone, if you're using a smartphone, is updated with the latest operating software, the latest version, as well as that you have good antivirus software deployed on the phone.
Okay.
Because the other way of stealing information is through malware. And
what is that?
If your malware is malicious code that is downloaded onto your phone, obviously not by intention, but because you've been tricked to do it, or because of through a back door in the operating system. And what then happens is the malware is pre-configured to steal credentials, and then of course to relay that to a platform under the control of the criminal. So if your phone was infected and you start typing in passwords and confidential information, that information could land in the hands of criminals. So very important to keep your operating system updated and to make sure that you have good protection on your phone.
Wow, that's really great advice, and I'm sure we'll all be keen to heed it. I mean, I've heard some really surprising things that I wasn't aware of today. Thank you so much, Susan.
Only a pleasure.
So did you know that South Africa has a fraud rate of 71%? Well, keeping our cards and personal information safe is the only way to avoid becoming a statistic. So join us next week when Sabric Head of Service Delivery, Kevin Twynham, explains how to combat fraud.
We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are Sabric.
Thank you so much, Barney, for helping us with those pearls of wisdom. But stay right where you are, because after the break, Chef Kim is making a mouth-watering butter bean hummus with Turkish flatbread. Plus, we're joined by professional Liesel Zulka, who will be dropping some wisdom on what we can do to maintain a healthy heart. Hey, my baby.